Hey, you think I don't know about YouTube? Well, I do. With today's story, you'll laugh, you'll learn, and you'll remember where you come from and recognize where you are going. The elders say, what the old sees while sitting, a young cannot see even from the top of a tree. So come now, listen well and let the story speak to your spirit.
In the coastal village of Bota Mboa, where the waves of the Atlantic whispered secrets to the sands of Cameroon's shoreline, lived a fisherman named Ekema Mofi. Ekema was known across the villages of Fako not only for his skill with a net, but for his quiet strength, his gentle voice, and his deep respect for the sea. Every dawn, he rose before the roosters crowed, paced the sand with bare feet, and sang to the waters as his father had taught him. Mbei limbe, mbei limbe, grandmother sea, hear me. Give me fish, but spare my life. Let your waters bring no strife. The village elders said the sea listened when Ekema sang. Some claimed the waves softened and the wind stilled, as though unseen ears strained to hear his voice. But Ekema only smiled when told this. The sea hears all, he would say, but she speaks only to those who listen with their souls. Ekema's mother, Mamangale, often warned him, "The sea is a spirit, my son. Do not mistake her silence for sleep. Do not think your kindness can tame her." Ekema always nodded, but in his heart, he believed the sea to be a friend, unpredictable but not cruel. He lived with his mother in a small bamboo hut near the iron-rich cliffs of Limbe. His father had been taken by the sea many years before during a fierce storm, leaving behind only a cracked paddle and a story no one dared to repeat at night. Ekema grew up longing to understand the sea's mysteries, its generosity, its wrath, and the strange pull it held over the people of Bota Mboa. Yet, of all the things the sea had given him, the greatest was Marembe, the young woman whose laughter danced like waterfall spray. Marembe was the daughter of Tanye Mbi, the old palm wine tapper. Her beauty was quiet but undeniable, skin the shade of polished ebony, eyes like deep river pools, and hair braided with trainy cowries that clicked softly when she moved. Ekema loved her with a sincerity that made even elders smile knowingly. But not everyone rejoiced in their bond. Among the fishermen was a man named Sango Oben, strong in the arms but twisted in the heart. Sango fished recklessly, believing himself blessed by the gods. His nets were large and his pride larger. He envied Ekema's calm spirit and secretly desired Marembe for himself. And envy, like a spark in dry brass, spreads quickly. One fateful evening, as the sun dipped into the horizon like a golden coin sinking into water, the chief of Bota Mboa summoned the fishermen to the village square. "The sea is angry," Chief Ndivi announced as villagers murmured. "For 3 days, the waters have returned little. Nets come up empty. Something has disturbed the balance." An elder woman stepped forward and lifted a string of coral beads. "The sea does not turn her face away for no reason. Someone has offended her." Eyes turned toward Ekema, not in accusation but in expectation. He was the one who listened to the sea. Surely he must know what troubled her. Grandfather Water has been restless, Ekema admitted softly. The tides pull strangely. The waves speak in riddles. I will go out far at dawn and see what the sea hides. Sango being scoffed loudly. You, who return with only enough for your mother? Let real fishermen handle this. You are no speaker of spirits. But the chief raised his hand. Let the sea choose whom she answers. Thus it was decided. Ekema would sail out before dawn. But as he walked home, he felt an unease he could not explain. The wind carried a scent he did not recognize, something sweet, almost enticing, yet unsettling. Marembe met him halfway, concern etched across her brow. I heard what the chief said. Ekema, please, do not go too far. The sea keeps secrets buried deeper than any man can fathom. He touched her cheek gently. If I do not go, the village will starve. Trust me, I will listen as my father did, but I will return.
But in the shadows, Sango watched them with simmering jealousy. His heart twisted like rope, and a dark seed blossomed within him. Before sunrise, Ekema pushed his wooden canoe into the water. The sea lay still, too still, as though holding its breath. He paddled farther than he ever had, past the familiar shallows where the rocks slept beneath the surface, past the ridge where dolphins played, past even the line where most fishermen stopped. The air thickened. A mist curled over the waters like a living thing. Ekema felt the hair on his arms rise. Then he heard it. A voice, not loud, but clear as the ring of a cowrie shell dropped on stone. Ekema mofe. He froze, paddle suspended. The mist parted like curtains, revealing a figure sitting upon a rock. A woman, or at least something shaped like one. Her skin shimmered like moonlight on water, shifting between shades of silver and sea green. Her hair floated as if underwater, though the air was still. Around her neck hung an intricate chain of pearls glowing with inner light. She was breathtaking, terrifying, a spirit. Ekema bowed his head immediately. Great One, forgive me. I did not come seeking more than the sea allows. The spirit smiled, her lips curving like ripples on a calm lake. You sing to me every morning. You speak with respect. You ask for little and return what you cannot use. I know you, Ekema. I have watched you since you were a child. His heart pounded. Why have you shown yourself? The sea is unbalanced. Greed has pierced her heart. Someone has taken what was forbidden. Her eyes glowed darkly. A secret shell was stolen from my realm. Without it, the waters cannot breathe. Ekema swallowed hard. What shell, Great One? A golden conch shaped by the first waves, the spirit answered. It commands tides. It belongs to the spirits, and now it lies in human hands. Ekema's breath caught. Who would dare? The spirit leaned closer, her voice chilling and ancient. You must find it.
If it is not returned in 3 days, the sea will reclaim what was taken from shore to shore. Ekema trembled. A curse, a catastrophe. I will find it, he vowed. Tell me where to look. She shook her head slowly. That you must discover yourself. But not this, Ekema Mufe. The thief is known to you. Beware the one whose heart stinks of envy. Before he could speak, a wave rose like a hand, lifted his canoe gently, and pushed it back toward the shore. When he looked again, the spirit was gone. Ekema stumbled into the village with urgency, calling for the chief. People gathered quickly, sensing the weight of his voice. He recounted everything: the mist, the spirit, the stolen conch, the threat to the sea. Gasps filled the air. Some villagers fell to their knees. Others crossed their arms for protection. Chief Ndive's face grew grave. We must search every home. If the spirit's relic is among us, we must return it. But before the order could be given, Sango Oben stepped forward angrily. This is madness. Spirits? Talking seas? You want to tear apart the village over dreams. Ekema seeks attention, nothing more. Ekema met his eyes calmly. You fear the truth because it burns like palm oil on the tongue. Villagers murmured.
Chief Ndive raised his hand. Enough, we will search. But Sango acted first. Quick as a snake striking, he kicked over Ekema's canoe, and in the hollow beneath the seat, something tumbled out and rolled across the sand with a metallic ring. A golden conch. Villagers gasped. Ekema stared in horror. That is not mine, he shouted. Sango pointed triumphantly. You see, the spirit was right. The thief is known to us. All this talk of warnings, he only sought to hide his own guilt. Ekema picked up the conch, trembling. Someone planted this in my canoe. Sango stepped closer, voice pitched to sound righteous. Search his hut. You will find more stolen things, I am sure. Mama Ngali cried out in fear for her son. But as the chief prepared to speak, Marimbe's voice cut through the noise. Wait! She walked forward, eyes sharp as a hawk's. Sango Oben, you say Ekema hid this conch in his canoe. Then answer this. Why is your fishing boat still dripping wet when no one else went out to sea last night? Every head turned. Sango's jaw tensed. Marimbe continued. At midnight, I saw your shadow leaving the shore. You thought no one noticed, but even the moon has eyes. Sango flushed dark red. You lie! Your boat tells the truth. A murmur rippled through the crowd. Chief Ndive stepped forward. Sango Oben, we will search your home now. Panic flared in Sango's eyes. He lunged toward Marimbe, but Ekema intercepted him. They crashed into the sand, wrestling fiercely. You think you are better than me? Sango snarled. You have everything. Respect, love. Please, you don't deserve any of it. He punched Ekema hard. Ekema fell, gasping. Sango stood, grabbed a spear from a fisherman, and pointed it at him. If I cannot have the village's respect, then no one will.
But before the spear could fall, an enormous wave burst from the sea, far too big, far too sudden. It crashed onto the shore, knocking Sango backward and scattering villagers. Another wave rose behind it, towering like a mountain. The spirit of the sea was angry.
Through the swelling foam, her voice thundered. "The thief has been unmasked." She appeared atop the wave, hair swirling like seaweed in a storm. The villagers fell to their knees. Sango screamed in terror. "You stole what was sacred," the spirit said. "You sought power over the tides. For this, your punishment is mine to choose." Sango scrambled backward, babbling, "Forgive me, forgive me. I only wanted what? What was not yours?" He sobbed, unable to speak. But Ekema, bruised and breathless, stood despite the pain. "Great One," he said hoarsely, "mercy is the medicine that cures more illnesses than punishment." The spirit turned her gaze on him. "Your heart is clear as river water after rain," she said softly. "Very well." She looked down at Sango, who trembled like a leaf. "You will not die today, but you will live with what you tried to take. From this day forward you shall fish, but your nets will return empty unless your heart learns gratitude. Only when you shed envy, like a snake sheds skin, will the sea return her gifts." Sango sobbed, clutching the sand. The spirit turned to Ekema. "You returned what was lost, though it was not yours. The sea honors balance. Ask one blessing." Ekema bowed his head. "I ask for nothing for myself." The spirit blinked. "Then what do you seek?" He looked at Marembe. "Let the sea be calm, so our people can live. Let her forgive this village." The spirit smiled softly. "A generous heart shapes its own destiny." She raised her hand. The waves slowly withdrew, returning to their natural rhythm, and then she vanished into the sea, leaving only the faint glow of her pearls behind. In the days that followed, the sea became more abundant than ever. Fishermen returned with nets heavy with silver fish, crabs and shrimp. The village flourished. Sango Oben lived under the spirit's curse, his nets always light, but he worked hard and humbly. The villagers watched with cautious respect, waiting to see whether he would change. As for Ekema, his bravery earned him great honor. Songs were sung about him around evening fires. Ekema the brave, heart as pure as morning rain, he faced the sea spirit and returned again. Marembe stood by him always, her admiration deepened by what she had witnessed. In time, they married under a moonlit sky as drums beat and the air filled with the scent of roasted fish and palm wine. When the chief blessed their union, a gentle wave rolled across the sand, though no wind blew. Some swore they heard a woman's voice on the breeze, humming Ekema's morning song. And Ekema would smile quietly, knowing the sea still listened. For though the spirit of the sea had returned to her realm, she continued to watch over the village of Bota Mboa, guarding the balance between humility and greed, justice and mercy, love and envy. And so the story is told. When the heart is pure, even the sea becomes a friend. But when envy rises, the waters remember.
My dear ones, this is where our story ends for now. But tell me, what did your heart feel as you listened? Share your thoughts in the comment, You know Grandma loves to hear from you. And don't forget, press that subscribe button, like the story, and ring the little bell so that every time I come back here, you will be the first to join me. Until then, may your paths be safe, fruitful, and peaceful. Remember, keep your heart warm, your spirit curious and kind.